Tensions in the Middle East are flaring, with fighting between Israel and Iran entering its fourth day. U.S. President Donald Trump has called for dialogue, adding that sometimes countries have to fight it out first to settle things.
이스라엘과 이란의 충돌이 나흘째 이어지며 중동의 긴장이 고조되고 있습니다. 트럼프 미국 대통령은 양측의 협상을 촉구하면서도 때로는 국가들이 먼저 싸워서 해결해야 한다고 말했습니다. Yeah, this was very big news over the weekend.
Yes.
For me, I was like, whoa, what's going on? So we have the war in Ukraine. Israel is fighting with Gaza, and now they have attacked Iran.
Yes.
And this was a very surprise attack, actually.
Yes.
So tell us, what is going on?
Right. So there have been tensions growing for technically decades now between these two countries. But there has been fighting going on for a while. Recently, June 15th, there were explosions in Tehran. Of course, Tehran is in Iran. And then Iran struck back by sending missiles to major cities in Israel, Tel Aviv being one of the major cities that they targeted. So this situation continues to escalate. There were some times when they were fighting at night, but now they're just fighting in the middle of the day.
Yeah.
So it is definitely something that people are looking at closely.
This is very interesting because I believe it was, I don't know the exact date, but recently, remember Ukraine went into Russia and had the drone attacks.
Yes.
So it was a very highly strategic move. So what I learned too was that the Israeli spies also went into Iran and did something similar.
Yeah.
And they used the drone. So it's kind of like, the kind of warfare that's going on is getting very specific.
Right. 이제 드론만 있어서
Yeah.
전쟁 벌일 때 they can go in very far.
Yes.
And 그 드론도 작잖아요. And so it's somewhat hard to see on radars.
Right.
But it can still carry weapons.
Yeah.
So they can get far into the other country and attack specific sites.
It's a very new way of fighting, isn't it? So it's interesting because we have learned from Israel's conflict with Hamas and Hezbollah, we've learned that Iran actually was kind of their supporters.
Yeah.
So this tension between them, it's not something new,
Right.
right?
This is not something new. There's already been, 뭐 적어도 갈등이라고 할까? There's always been some tension between these two countries going back many, many decades. But especially with them supporting Hezbollah
Yeah.
and all of that, which is, of course, nations that Israel is fighting.
Yeah.
A lot of people were expecting something to happen, and now it has. We have to remember, both Iran and Israel have nuclear weapons. 네, 양쪽은 핵무기 있잖아요. So this is something that we don't want to escalate further until nuclear weapons are used.
Yeah, absolutely.
We want to try and find a solution. However, Trump came out and said...
Yeah, what did he say?
He said, we want to help, but maybe they need to fight first.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's something that like parents say on like a playground. 놀이터에서 뭐 애기들은 약간
Yeah.
뭔가 바로 개입하지 말고 뭐 어떻게 될지 좀 볼까. 뭐
Right.
I don't know if that is the most responsible thing to be saying with
Yeah.
countries that have nuclear weapons.
Well, we do know that, the U.S. has been in support of Israel.
Yes.
And whether the U.S. said, go ahead and do this, but we won't take responsibility, we don't know for sure. But it's very likely, experts say, that the U.S. knew that this was going to happen.
Right,
Yeah.
yes. So we'll see what happens going forward.
Yeah.
It is going in a negative direction right now,
Yeah.
but hopefully we will see a turn for the better soon.
Okay. So already there are tensions in the Middle East. Okay, there's a lot of conflict. But in the headlines, we say tensions in the Middle East are flaring
Yeah.
So let's focus on this word flare. F-L-A-R-E. Now, flare is like 불꽃 as a noun, right? Right?
Yeah. So, for example, if you get lost on a boat,
Yeah.
or maybe you're in the middle of the forest, that flame that you can shoot into the air
That's right.
and say, hey, I'm here. That is what we call a flare.
That's right.
A signal flare. But we can use flare to mean anything that becomes hot or bright really quickly.
Suddenly, too.
Suddenly. So with these conflicts, we didn't have fighting going on, even though there was tension, but all of a sudden, it
That's right.
kind of all became inflamed really quickly.
That's right. That's why tensions are flaring. So it's like there was tension, but that tension has gotten to be on another level,
Yeah.
a much higher level, very quickly and suddenly. 좀 갑작스럽게 좀 뭐 폭발하는 느낌?
Yeah.
Yeah? So tensions can flare, your emotions can flare.
Acne can flare.
우리 아들이 아토피가 있는데 잘 이렇게 좀 junk 이렇게 if he eats a lot of junk food.
먼저 불량식품 같은
예,
거 먹으면.
불량식품 먹으면 또 it flares up 이렇게도 많이
Yeah,
쓰죠.
맞아요. 관염도 flare up 할 수 있잖아요.
Yes, that's
Your
right.
arthritis can flare up.
Absolutely.
You always have it, but all of a sudden,
That's right. It's there and then when it flares up 더 심해지는 거죠.
yeah, all of a sudden.
Very good. Good word to know. Tensions in the Middle East are flaring with fighting between Israel and Iran entering its fourth day. U.S. President Donald Trump has called for dialogue, adding that sometimes countries have to fight it out first to settle things.